Hey folks, David Stewart here. I guess Apple released a new iPhone and some other gadgets the other day, and normally I don't talk about that because this channel is not like a tech review channel or anything, but occasionally a company does something that is so anti-consumerist and so stupid that I just feel this itch to talk about it with you guys. And also, since a lot of us are audiophiles here, we should actually care about this because they made a really big announcement. Let's take a look at it. Here is the new iPhone 7. It looks exactly like the old iPhone with like some very minor changes. They upgraded the camera. Woo! They upgraded a button. Woo! And they got rid of the headphone jack. That's right. That's the big one, is they got rid of that little 1/8-inch hole there that's been on every audio device ever. And the reason that they gave for that is, quote, courage. And I don't think it happens to be courage. I think it happens to be malevolence and stupidity, and I will talk about that. But yeah, that's going to go away, and they say it's to, produce this wireless future. Now, if you're like me, you probably already have a wireless headset of some kind. You have a Bluetooth headset, like you have your, I have that. I did the Trex Titanium review. I have a wireless bone contention headset that lets me hear in stereo a little better because of my specific type of hearing loss that I have, and that's useful for me, but most people are not going to need that unless you have conductive hearing loss, in which case you can use that with any phone because it's Bluetooth. What Apple's introducing is some proprietary wireless software well after wireless Bluetooth stuff has been established. They are called the AirBuds. And no, not that kind of AirBud. There they are, the AirBuds. They are Apple's wonderful earbuds, but now without the nice little cord, so you're just going to lose them. And if you remember, if you've ever used their little earbuds that come with the phone, I'm sure you'll have an understanding of what a high quality set of speakers they are. In sarcasm, they're not really good earbuds as far as like industry standard goes. They sell them at a premium. They were like $40, and I feel like they're $10. They're really $10 headphones. They fall out of the ears, and so now we have a wireless version of them for $160, $160, and 160 quid if you're in the UK. That's a lot of money for something that doesn't stay in your ears well and doesn't sound good, but it uses their proprietary wireless, which is somehow going to work differently than Bluetooth, which Bluetooth already works really well for this sort of application. And they're like, there's going to be no pairing and no this and that, whatever. I don't think this is going to work out very well for them. I think you're going to have one fall out. It's not going to be good for working out because your earbuds are just going to fall out. They last for 5 hours, which seems like a lot until you realize like competitors last that long. They don't have proprietary charging mechanisms. You can like plug them into any micro USB port and they'll charge up. There's just no reason to buy these crappy earbuds. And they're like, well, we also have all these wireless Beats lines. And I haven't done a thing on Beats headphones, but don't buy them. They are not worth the money in any circumstance I can imagine. Now, why would you need to replace this little quarter-inch headphone jack? I think it's to try to force people to buy more proprietary garbage from Apple. The phone ships with a pair of headphones that plug into the lightning jack, the quote lightning jack. This little proprietary doodad they put on the bottom of iPhones. This is an iPhone 5, by the way, that I got when it came out, and I'll probably use it for another year. It's still a good phone for me. But you have a little proprietary thing on the bottom. So now the headphones will plug into that. So if you'd like to listen to your headphones and charge the phone at the same time, that's a no-go. Although I did just read that there's a $40 adapter you can get to use that. Whoop-de-doo, way to go. So pro-consumer there, Apple. So if you don't like those headphones, which are going to be the same as the AirBuds, only, with wires, then you can get an adapter. It comes with an adapter that will provide a headphone driver in it to plug regular headphones in. And if that adapter, which goes into this little proprietary garbage jack, is anything like their charging peripherals that have come with these phones and I've bought from them since, it's going to break with normal use in about 14 days. Which doesn't sit well. So you're going to have to buy another adapter for $20, $30 or whatever they're going to sell it for. I think it's just I think it's a big scam to try to sell you on this sort of garbage set of headphones that they're making and their proprietary wireless, which is not going to be any better than the non non-proprietary wireless, the Bluetooth that everybody else uses, and will severely hamper your experience. Now, as audiophiles, earbuds are a terrible choice for listening to music. You guys should know that by now. It's not rocket science. When you make a speaker driver, when you make a transducer this small, it's not going to produce as big a range of frequencies with as much clarity as like large transducers, okay? These are my AKG K240s. These are now actually pretty cheap. You can get them on Amazon for like $50. And I highly recommend them. This set I have here is like 10 years old and works great. Like the physical stuff is starting to wear out on it. I use it every day, but they're producing really good fidelity. And you know what? They plug into any headphone jack that you want. So I can plug this into my iPhone and get the quality of those headphones. La. And now if you don't like those headphones, you could buy any other headphones and they will plug into the headphone jack. So this severely reduces consumer options for what they can get without that little adapter, which I said is going to break and make you buy a new one. And why not equip a headphone jack? They've said, it's 100-year-old technology. It's like, so's the wheel. The wheel's thousands of years old. Let's just abandon the wheel because somebody in Mesopotamia in 7000 BC decided that it'd be easier to pull a cart if you had something round attached to it, right? Let's get rid of the wheel because that's old technology. Just because something is old does not mean it's garbage. All that little phono jack is an interface where you have between passive speakers, headphones of low impedance, and an amplifier. That's all it does. It connects the power part to the speaker part, so you can drive power into these and get them to vibrate at all the frequencies that you need to experience music. It's nothing special, and it's nothing magical, and it's nothing that you shouldn't put in your phone. That being said, the problem with the phone jack always in the iPhone is that it was too quiet. Is that it doesn't put out enough power to drive like a full array of headphones. But it is okay. It's never sounded bad. It's never sounded bad to use this. I've seen like some Apple fanboys posting that like, we'll finally get rid of the distortion that comes from an analog interface. I'm like, you're an idiot. Because all you're doing is just driving speakers. It's just wires connected to an amplifier. Like, how is that going to degrade the sound quality at the end of this? It's not like you have a long signal chain of analog and you're losing the quality of that signal. You have a little digital amplifier, and then you have speakers. Like, this is not rocket science, guys. Stop kissing Apple's butthole. It's a phono jack. There's no reason to not give consumers the option to use whatever they want. And I think the next step of this is going to be they're going to get rid of your regular Bluetooth support for your headphones, and you're only going to be able to use their little proprietary garbage, making you buy $10 headphones for $160. I do not like that as a consumer, and I really don't like that as an audiophile, and I don't like that as a person who has ears that are large and these will fall out of. So I don't like it for any of those reasons. You tell me what you think about our illustrious missing headphone jack on the new iPhone and whether you will be abandoning this platform, as I probably will end up being unless they bring back a headphone jack so I can use whatever peripherals I want, so I can charge my phone while I'm listening to music or listening to something. And I'll say also one last little tidbit. The main limiter of the quality of sound with the iPhone is actually not the speakers. Even though the speakers are bad, that can be one if you're using like really crappy earbuds, but you shouldn't expect good quality sound out of earbuds in general. It's really that, especially if you're listening with good headphones, it's the bit rate of whatever you're streaming, because most people are streaming music on their phone. And if the bit rate is not high, which it usually isn't for most streaming services, then that's really where you're going to have that bottleneck of your sound quality, not in not in the speakers themselves at a certain point. So just thought I'd make a note of that. Tell me what you think. Please leave your comments down below. I really appreciate you watching. I hope that you will see things from my perspective, and I also want to know your perspective on it. Are you an audiophile, and does the missing jack that lets you use all products ever upset you like it does me. It doesn't really upset me because I don't have to buy the product, right? If I don't like it, I don't have to buy it. But is it something that's like, oh, well, I need a phone upgrade and now I'm not going to buy an iPhone? Please let me know what you think. Or if you're like, I don't care about that. I use wireless headphones all the time anyway. And so the headphone jack, I'm not going to notice it. Please give me that perspective. I just want to know because for me, it's like a deal breaker. But anyway, also, my book is on pre-order down below, so please check it out. My new book, it will come out on September 21st. It's called Deep Time. And today and tomorrow only, Muramasa Blood Drinker is still free on Amazon.com. Go pick up a copy. It's $0 if you are hesitant at all about getting that book. Now's your time to go ahead and pick it up and read it sometime and give me a review and let me know what you think. So have a great day, and I will see you later.